What happens when you mix the rage and sheer hatred for a singular race of creatures with the tenacity and unkillability of guts?
ゴブリンスレイヤー
Goblin Slayer originally started out as a light novel in 2016 by Kumo Kagyu, which was adapted into a manga just 3 short months in the manga magazine Monthly Big Gangan, where its popularity has only increased in time. Now, if you keep up with seasonal anime, then you probably heard the recent buzz around the first few episodes. For the sake of withholding spoilers, I'm only going to cover the first 5 or so chapters of the manga, which honestly is looking to be around the first 3 episodes of the anime. The story begins with a group of adventurers that are obviously newer or inexperienced that are simply trying to complete a quest for their guild. Task? Eradicate a goblin nest, which seems like a simple task in their world, but things can just go wrong. Not wanting to get into too much detail, the party's quickly wiped out, save for our young healer, but not before getting an arrow in her shoulder. Before any harm can befall the priestess, she is saved by the titular Goblin Slayer, clad in leather armor, chainmail, and a whole lot of hate for the little green assholes. Needless to say, the goblins are dispatched and the two form a somewhat awkward partnership, with the Slayer's stoic and blunt personality being the complete opposite of the priestess's overly kind and shy nature, which causes a great amount of development for her character. Now, I'm going to be honest, I was a little skeptical after watching the first episode myself, as I'm sure most people were after witnessing what happens to our rookie adventure team. But something in the back of my head told me to keep going, so I stuck with it, and honestly, I was not disappointed. Admittedly, the first handful of chapters are gritty and very explicit with dark imagery, and I can see where this would put a lot of people off, and I really can't blame them in the slightest. Huge but here. The further you step into the series, you realize you're reading a story that has an entertaining cast of main characters once the rest of the group is introduced, and a promising future with Kagi foreshadowing deadlier and more powerful monsters, one we've already come into contact with in a later chapter. One of the things I enjoy most about this series is watching Goblin Slayer become closer with each of the supporting characters and come out of his chainmail encrusted shell, for lack of a better term, and we see this quite frequently, as he chooses to work with a team after slaying goblins solo for as long as he has. The lighter and funny moments of the series really help balance out all of the darker imagery and tones that the series like this naturally brings, with there being a running gag of the Slayer's helmet never coming off, thus leading to absolutely hilarious panels. To wrap things up, if you can look past the grittier and darker parts of Goblin Slayer, I really think a lot of people will find it quite enjoyable. Behind all the gratuitous violence and dark imagery lies a truly fun fantasy story that has a lot of room to grow into its own and show people that it's not just a blatant edge fest like I feel a lot of people wrote it off as. Hey everybody, it's Chris here. Now that I can freely talk without a script, I just want to tell everybody thank you for just checking out the video. I know it's not the best, obviously, for it being my first video, but it took a lot out of me to even work up the courage to write and make this video. So if you're watching and if you've even gotten this far in the video, thank you. I really appreciate it. Um, Stay tuned for more. Hopefully, I can work up the nerve to make more of these because I really want to, and I've been wanting to for a long time. So thank you so much, and please, please look forward to the next video.